Hi there, it's Kaya from kajcyika.crafts, and today I will show you how to make this card that has a stenciled background. I will start out by stamping out the image that I will use. I decided to go with the watercolor paper because I will be using Zig watercolor markers to color this flower in. And of course, I am also using watercolor friendly ink that won't bleed once I apply the color. I am using my Misty so I can stamp it twice, and once I am happy with the result, I can start coloring. I will have my flower yellow, so I will just put the color down first and then spread it around with this water brush that you can see on the right hand side. I decided to use a brown color to make my yellow even deeper. So I will always put down the yellow first and blend it out, and then use brown and blend brown out with yellow, and then just blend yellow out again. And this is the color I really like, so I will just make sure that I do this on every single petal. And if I think that I have too much color or water on my brush, I will just brush it to this paper towel that you can see on the right. This helps me control the amount of color that I get in the image. So once I have my petals ready, I will color the center of the flower with the brown, and I will just make sure that I have some shadows, but I won't bother much. Then I will use green for this bottom part of the flower, and these are quite small areas, so I will just make sure that I have everything colored, but I won't do much of the shading. Then once this is colored, I can go ahead and die cut this out with its coordinating die. I will secure it down with the washi tape so the die cut doesn't move. Then I will tape down my card base and we will do the ink blending. I decided to go with this dotted stencil, and I will use the Black Soot Distress Oxide ink on it. I must say that I really like the black and white backgrounds, so that's why I decided to go with the black today. So as you can see, I will make sure that I cover the stencil really good, so I will go back and forth between the ink pad and the stencil a lot of times, and I will make sure that I get the ink even on the tiniest dots that I have on the stencil, just so I will get the even coverage over it all. So you can see that I am doing this circular motion, and this helps the ink transfer to the paper underneath. And because I am using Distress Oxide that are really creamy, you can see that I get this blending without any problem at all. And now when I remove the stencil, you will see the magic. I just love removing it, it's so gorgeous. Then I decided to die cut this piece of black cardstock, and I just use the rectangle die. Of course you also need a sentiment, and I will use the happy birthday one, and I will stamp it out in the same black ink as I used for the flower. I will then use the paper trimmer and trim this sentiment down to a small banner piece. I really like to do this because I can control the width of the banner. Then I can start positioning. I will use liquid glue to glue the sentiment to the flower, and I will just make sure that the sentiment can be read without any problem. And then I will use scissors to cut the left part off, so we'll only have it on the right hand side. So this is how it will look like. I will make it into a banner now that I will use the scissors, and I will just cut the right edge off. Then I will use double-sided tape to glue this rectangle down, and I will put it directly in the center of my card base. And you can see that now this background that we made earlier looks really great. And then the flower with the sentiment will be popped up just a bit using the foam rectangles, and I will put it again directly on the black piece of cardstock. And this actually finishes off this card. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you will check out Honeybee stencils because they are really gorgeous, and I hope that you will try out some stenciled backgrounds. Thank you so much for joining me and hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye!